That's incredible. And that's going to be a look at that. That's sort of that screen right there is a nice snapshot of the week, given that the earnings picture, at least, Jim, will be a mix of retail and tech. We're going to get Cisco, Baba's going to be in there, and then, of course, the Walmarts, the Williams-Sonomas, and the Targets.
This is such a big week, Carl. I think that people forget there's a lull last week, and we think we're out of earnings season. But these are the companies that are going to give you a forecast for the holiday season. And if they talk a lot about supply chain, and if they talk a lot about inflation, then I think that the pressure is going to be on again on the Fed. I actually think that what they're going to talk about is they have a lot of inventory, and they're ready for the season. David, the negativity when it comes to retail is really misplaced because we always had too many stores. We have a lot of inventory. I mean, there's just too many stores filled with inventory. So I'm not I am less saturnine than others about the season.
We're going to go through our words again. Okay, I'm glad to hear that. I'm not lugubrious either. I do get morose occasionally, though, when I think about the lack of inventory. You know, it could be a somewhat
that triggers
somewhat mournful Christmas. Yeah, doer. I don't know.
Williams-Sonoma is going to be on, and you're going to hear about a person, Laura Alber, who has spent a lot of time trying. Ooh, look at that stock. All-time high, trying to figure out how to handle supply chain. The person who spent the most on supply chain, and the reason why I'm least worried about is Best Buy, and that's Corey Barry. Some of these people really thought about this a long time ahead, and those
you
are the
pointed
companies
that out many times.
Well, they thought about
especially in terms of Best Buy and what they've done and how they've been able to deal with it. Guys, Jim, I'd love to, while we're on retail, I'd love to take a quick mention of Dollar Tree.
Yes.
Gets into the activist lane here, and we'll do there's a couple of news items in activism lane this morning. Dollar Tree, though, looked like it was up. Yeah, you can see it's up almost 8%. Mantle Ridge is the name of the firm here. Paul Halal, some people may remember that name, of course. Remember CSX when he installed Hunter Harrison as the CEO? It was a kind of an unusual arrangement there in terms of how the role that the activists played there and kind of some of the compensation, if I recall. This stock's been higher than it is. Well, you see there where it is, but it's been all over the map. Traded as high as this in April, then fell, then back. There's been some rumors of an activist. What this comes along with, Jim, is an expectation that Halal, and I have not spoken to him, may have a new CEO in mind. And people do point out that Rich Reiling, the former CEO of Dollar General, is on the board of Aramark, which was one of the companies that the few companies Halal also came after. Right. CSX and Aramark, his two kind of big activist forays. I don't know what you think of Dreiling, but there is some speculation that perhaps that's what he's looking towards here as he makes his play. We'd expect that he would have been talking to management for some time as well prior to making this public.
Well, Dollar Tree never really recovered from Family Dollar, and they have a new CEO. I'd like to see him get a bit of a chance. But if you overlay Dollar Tree over a 5-year period over Dollar General, you're going to see that Dollar General is remarkably well run, and Dollar Tree is fits and starts. So I think this makes plenty of sense as what to go after. Look at that disparity. I mean, they're kind of in the same dollar game. Dollar.
Yeah.
David, when you go to Dollar General versus Dollar Tree, aren't you struck by how Dollar Tree has a lot of merchandise that you think should be worth like $3 or $4?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, I always.
I got 10 pairs of Dollar Tree sunglasses for the price of a half of a Ray-Ban.
Huh. No kidding. 10 for half of
a monocle Ray-Ban.
All right. Be careful though. Make sure the UV is proper on those sunglasses because that's important. You want the UV. Well, that's the whole idea, right? That's the whole point of having sunglasses. Protect your eyes.
I look like, I don't know, like Brad Pitt when I wear the Dollar Tree.
Oh, you do. It's true.
It's all about looks, Carl.